Hello, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and today I'm going to be making a restock of my soap, oatmeal, milk, and honey. And I really had to think about this one because I like to put colors in soap and do some swirls. And to me, the concept of oatmeal is rather dull. Oatmeal color is beige, so it's sort of, to me, void of color. So I had to think of a combination of fragrances before I could think of a way to introduce some difference to define some colors. So that's what this video is all about, and I hope you enjoy it. And this is a very simple color tutorial today. So I'm going to, of course, make this oatmeal soap. And oatmeal to me poses a special problem. If I want to brand my company as Vibrant Soap, how do you make oatmeal vibrant? It just eludes me, so I'm not really sure. But what I thought I would do to add some swirls or variation in the color is to add some chocolate fragrance to my oatmeal, and thereby it gives me the opportunity to use some brown. So the first thing I'm doing here is simulating a sort of beige color. And so there's some yellow, I know that's in there. Here's some orange and a little bit of brown to make a beige. So it's pretty close to the natural soap color. And then I have the brown for the chocolate that I can do some swirls with. So I decided that there would be a lesson in this today. And some browns that come out of a mica or liquid colorant for soaps tend to be a little on the reddish side because that's one of the colors they use to make rich browns. But just a reminder, my first color tutorial ever was about the colorants that I used to make my gingerbread soaps for the holidays. And the color that I used for brown was a bit red. So you can counter the redness in browns by adding a little bit of green. And then you can get rid of the red quality of browns, if that's what you want. So now I think I've gone overboard, so I think I'll use a little more of the warm tones. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. If my brown colorant is too much on the red side, then I'm going to, of course, use some green, which is the opposite color, to tone it down a bit. Also going to be using some white. So now I've figured out at least 3 colors that I can introduce into the soap and still not conflict with the fact that it's an oatmeal soap. So to me, the strange thing is, just for me, it might not be for anyone else, to me it would be strange to have green in an oatmeal soap. Because I think of oatmeal as a food, and I would be a little bit taken back if there was green in my oatmeal. The other thing that would be odd to me is to put anything red in the oatmeal. I mean, I think strawberries would be great, so if I had a strawberry fragrance, then I would add that and then feel comfortable using a red. So the colors that I've decided to use for my oatmeal soap is right in those boundaries. And I think gold also looks good with those colors, those earth tones. How do you deal with those variances in browns? So that's it. Let's get started with the soap. Okay, it's my usual recipe and same old thing, except that I have added some colloidal oatmeal, and that makes sense in an oatmeal soap. So let's speed through all this part. Okay, let's get the colors and scent going. Okay, I'm splitting my scents this time also because the chocolate browns the soap considerably, so I don't want all the parts of the soap to turn brown. So The brown part I also added a little bit of cocoa powder, and I'm going to divide this up evenly in 3 parts. I also have honey in this, so that's in pretty much perfect thirds. I'm soaping at a lower temperature today too because there's honey in there and I don't want it to get too hot. So this one has gold mica, a little passion orange, and some titanium dioxide. This one's my titanium dioxide because I want some white swirls to give it some design. And this is going to be my chocolate with the cocoa butter in there. Not cocoa butter, but cocoa powder. And it looks lumpy, but it will blend because I pre-mixed the cocoa powder with some batch oils. So this one is going to be split between these two. And one of my scents has a cinnamon fragrance in it. And this one all goes into the chocolate. Let's blend the white first. Looks good. Just my oatmeal color. This may brown a little too. And the chocolate. And I expect that to get a little more brown. Alright, let's get the mold. Just going to go back to drop swirls for this because that's the kind of look I'm going for with the oatmeal. And let's start with some white. Oh, I can smell the honey too. Chocolate. It's been a while since I've done a drop swirl. Wow, this smells really good. It's like chocolate, oatmeal, cinnamon, vanilla, honey. I'm going to start pouring closer to the top to get a different look that will only show up after it's cut. And it is going to be a simpler soap. All the colors are pretty much related to each other. And again, I used different fragrances. I tend to do that sometimes so that all the soap doesn't turn brown. Only the part of the soap that has the chocolate in it will turn dark brown. And this I wanted to look like milk was poured on top of the oatmeal. So I'm not going to swirl that at all. I'm going to just leave it like that. Alright, so let me pound this down. And I'm curious about the inside too on this. You kind of operate in the dark when fragrances turn color on you. So I'll be back for the cutting video. And what do you know about that? Here's the cutting. And there looked like some nice swirls in there. Turned out to be really creamy too. Interested in how other soapers out there design their oatmeal soaps. So there should be several different browns in there because of the fragrance and the cocoa powder, and be interesting to see how this changes as the fragrance cures within the soap. And also the honey in there is going to brown the soap a little bit. I like when that happens. I can't plan that. But it's typical of drop swirls. The nice thing about drop swirls is the fluid look that you get. It looks yummy. It smells yummy. I can't wait to test this one because of the honey. It's going to be a very bubbly soap, I think. And one last cut. And there we go. Let me bring one of my first soaps that I cut. See if there's any color change already. Probably not. But I know it will get a little darker. So this is my oatmeal and cocoa soap. Thanks for watching. It's very fun making soap and playing around with the videos and getting all the nice feedback. So thanks for subscribing and commenting, and you know I read your comments. So we'll see you next time. Bye everybody.